we're such an intelligent people, you know. I want to commend everyone out there because we all have a level of intelligence when it comes to making financial decisions, when it comes to making career moves, goal setting, all of that jazz. But one thing that I believe we need to really pay very close attention to, and that is the decisions that we're using to progress relationships in our lives. I know we feel like God has called us to be with this person. I know we feel like this person is everything on our list. They're hitting all these points. But timing is everything. We have to realize when it's the right time or it's the wrong time. We have to know that some of the pressure, the inadvertent pressure, I like to say, pressure that we really don't mean to place on these people, is causing for them to buckle because the timing isn't right. I know that we get excited when we see these things happen in people, and this is exactly what I've been waiting for. But again, it goes back to that one factor, timing. And one thing that we can't rush is, and we can't shy away from, is when we need to go talk to someone. I know culturally it's shunned upon, or it's frowned upon, but we need to get beyond that. It's okay to say I need to talk to somebody. Everybody needs to talk to somebody. And it's okay that it's your turn to talk to someone. But it goes back to a main point that God seems to place in my heart very consistently, and that's communication. We have nothing, there's nothing we can do in this world without communication. And again, communication is not just verbal, it's also nonverbal. How are we communicating? We are crying out for help without crying. We are screaming, I can't do this anymore, without screaming. What else needs to be said, whether that's verbal or nonverbal, to tell us we need to assess where we are? And we need, as the other partner in the relationship, we also need to assess when it's time to say, when it's time to hold them and when it's time to fold them. And when I say that, we need to know when we need to proceed with this relationship the way that it's going, or there's a time for us to do what I like to call a temperature check. See where the other person is. See if what my plans are align with where they are wanting to go right now. Communication is so vital. There's no other way around it. I don't care if I'm talking romantic relationships, but I'm talking about any level relationship, work relationships, family relationships, you name it. Without communication, there is no relationship. And there's times that we need to be able to gauge when that person needs to call it quits. There's no cute way to say that, but it needs to be said because we need to know when it's time to say goodbye. We can love somebody, but sometimes we have to love them from a distance. And as hard as that sounds, as hard as that feels, it's very necessary.